Towards in game, comic book collector, investor. Welcome to the top 10 highest CGC comic books sold on eBay, August 9th to 15. Coming number 10, we have X-Men issue 94, CGC graded 9.6. White pages, this one came in 1975. New team of X-Men begins right here in this issue. Asking the sold price was $7,749.95. Normally we'll go to Gold Collect on this one, but I think the website is down. So let's go to Heritage. So over Heritage, we have a 9.6 right here. And then this one sold as high as 5,760. So that's an increase of $1,990. And this is back in September 2024 though. Coming number 9, Showcase 4. This is the first appearance of the Silver Age Flash. Okay, CZ 5.0. This one came in 1956. Asking price was $8,000, but sold for $7,519.99. So let's go over to Heritage. Unfortunately, only just one copy with the purple label, and this is an old label too. And then this one sold for $1,121.25. So that's an increase of $6,399. But this was sold back in August of 2003, so that's almost like 24 years ago. Coming number 8, Fantastic Four issue 1. This is a restored copy. This is purple label right there. Origin first appearance of the Silver Age Marvel team. This one came in 1961. Grade CG of 5.5. Asking price was $10,000, but sold for $8,500. So let's go over to Heritage. Okay, over Heritage, we have a 5.5 right here. And then this book sold as high as $24,000. So that's a decrease of $15,500 back in January 2022. Okay, and then let's go over here. Metal purple label right here, 5.5. And this one sold for $9,300 back in February 2024. This was an old label, and then we have a new label right here, a 5.5 right here. And then this one sold for $7,800 back in January 2023. So you can tell it was a big drop off though from January 2022, $24,000, and then to January 2023, $7,800. Coming number 7, Absolute Batman issue 1, new custom label. You see the 9.9 right there. Cover A, first print. Asking price was a little less than $10,000, but sold for $9,000. So let's take a look at this book right here in detail here. Yep, definitely got the mint 9.9 right here. This book came out in 2024. Seems like the storyline is really great. Absolute Batman books are hot. I don't have one issue of Absolute Batman. Let's take a look. Okay, so grade CGC 9.9. Only 3 of them grade 9.9 though, but still a lot of money for one each book though that came out like maybe 2 years ago. Coming number 6, Incredible Hulk issue 181, grade CGC 9.2, white pages, first 4 appearance of Wolverine. Asking the sale price was $9,049. So let's go ahead with GPA. We have a 9.2 right here. This is the 2024 average, 2025 average, 12-month average, and this is the 9-day average. This is what the one that's on eBay, so it's higher than all these average. I guess that's good for the comic book market. So let's go down here. And this book sold as high $19,800. So that's a decrease of $10,751. And let's go over here. Over 2026. 20 was reported, and this is the highest. So in 2026, that was the one that just sold low 5,655 and average 8,097. So let's go. The one that was sold for 19,800 was back in 2021. Cover number 5, Fantastic Four issue 48. This one produced by Marvel Comics. Came out in 1966. Grade CZ 9.4. First appearance of Silver. Asking price was $10,500, but that's sold for $9,250. So let's go over to GPA. Wait, GPA right here. 9.4 right here. Let's go across right here. 2024 average, 2025 average, 12-month average, 9-day average, and this was the one that I saw on eBay. So I guess it's below all these averages there. Let's go down here, and then this book sold as high 31,200. So that's a drop of $21,950. And let's go over here. 2026 2 was reported, high being $10,000, and this is the one that we just saw on eBay. And the one that was sold for $31,200 was back in 2022. Cover number 4, Tomb of Dracula, issue 10, grade C 9.8, white pages. First appearance of Blade. This one came in 1973. Unfortunately, that they're not going to be making a Blade movie. I mean, it's been going on for years. They're talking about it, but I think they're not going to make that movie anymore. But anyway, this book sold for $9,500. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage with 9.8 right here. And then this book sold as high $48,000. So that's a decrease of $38,500. This is back in September 2021. And then let's do one right here. And then 9.8. So for $40,800 back in June of 2022. And then let's do one more right here. One sold for $36,000 back in January 2022. Cover number 3, X-Men issue 1, grade CZ 4.0. First appearance X-Men team. This one came in 1963. A couple days ago, they just announced some of the cast members that's going to be in the new X-Men movie. That's going to be coming out in May of 2028. Yep, some interesting choices. But okay, let's go back to the comic books. This one was have an asking price of a little less than $10,000, and that's what it sold for $9,999. So let's go over to Heritage. I'm sorry, yeah, Heritage. Gold Collect's not working. 4.0 right here, and this book sold as high as $24,000. So that's a decrease of $14,001. This is back in June 2021, and then let's go. Let's see. We have, unfortunately, this is a 5.0 right here though. So let's go back to this right here. So we do have a FNAF 4.0 right here. And then we have one sold for $19,200 back in July 2021. Cover number 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle issue 1. First printing, Mirage Studio that produced this. This one came in 1984. Graded CGC 7.5, and it's also signed by one of the creators. And it's sold for $11,200 with 6 bids. Let's take a look at this book right here. Yeah, so you can tell Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird, 2006, and 2 sketches written on the interior cover in marker right here. Okay, so let's go to Heritage. Probably not a really good comparison because that one has a signature and some sketches. But anyway, we do have a 7.5 right here. And then this one sold for $12,000. So that's a decrease of $800 back in September 2022. And then we have another 7.5 right here. So for $11,875 back in December 2022. Coming number 1 for this week, Incredible Hulk issue 1, grade C 4.0. First appearance of Hulk. This one has an asking and sale price of $19,000. Let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 4.0 right here, and then this book sold as high as $38,400. So that's a decrease of $19,400. This was back in July 2022. Let's see. Let me check if we have any. Let's see here. All right, we have another one right here, We have an 4.0 right here, and then this one sold for $26,400 back in June of 2023. Well, thank you for watching. Enjoy the content. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.